if you want to break with these imperialist forces, it's simple. We denounce the agreements. Everything starts from there. I think the example of Chad in any case is tangible. They started by denouncing the agreements. Otherwise, if we don't denounce the agreements, just saying that the bases leave, we haven't done anything. Because the problem lies in the colonial agreements, the defenses that have been signed since independence. The most dangerous is not the one you see in the bases. The most dangerous are the military advisors. Military advisors exist in all these countries. They existed in Burkina as well until the end of 2022, until we took responsibility. And who are these military advisors? They are the ones who are supposed to implement France's policy. Here, they must work to make our armies very weak so that France can always have the argument to exist here. Under their influence, they had succeeded. Our sentinels were therefore standing guard with sticks. That's what France wants from our armies. When we reach this stage, we have no choice but to want them to come and settle. But the Burkinabe army managed to get rid of the military advisors. Unfortunately, I think that in 2019, after Operation Otapono, where the French saw that the Burkinabe army still had the capacity to respond to terrorists, they called the chiefs of staff in France. They instructed him to reintegrate the military advisors throughout the structure. Well, they did not agree. But upon returning to the country, the politicians instructed him to accept the military advisors. And that's when the military advisors returned to the Burkinabe army in 2019. With all the consequences we know, the army was on the verge of disappearing in the years 2020-2021. And indeed, this is the time when many soldiers had to desert because there was no longer any hope. We were in the process of collapsing. That's a bit how they work at the General Staff headquarters. In all army headquarters, in the schools, they are the ones who are supposed to dictate the policy of our army. They are the ones who tell us when to recruit, how to recruit, and what to do with them. They are in the schools to tell us how to train them, and so on. As long as these military advisors are there, you are not independent. Your army will just have the appearance of an army that is there to perform parades, a circus. But when war comes, you will realize that a parade is one thing, but war is another thing. You have to break the agreements. It's the only way to have an independent army and build strength. But many people do not understand this, perhaps. And even with these agreements, France selects from our states officer cadets to go and train them. It's through these same agreements. But in reality, these officers who go to train, for the most part for France, they come to serve the French state in their country. They do not come to serve our countries. They train them so that they come to serve the interests of the French state. I can provide evidence of this. When we revolted, many officers in Burkina who were trained in France were immediately contacted to tell them that it was time to take action because you were trained for this, to serve France's interests. Most of these officers reported back to us. We took note and we continued to monitor. When an officer trained in France returns to his country and unfortunately dies, either by accident or on the battlefield. In France, there is a night of tribute to the fallen in the army, as there is everywhere else. During the night of tribute to the fallen, the name of the officer in question is mentioned, and it is said, died for France. They do not train him to serve his country, they train him to serve their state. And in many African states, there are plenty of such officers.
Come to Tapa General Podcast. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. He's telling the truth. Look, there are a lot of things that are happening in Africa, and Africans are still sleeping. As I speak right now, we are supposed to be banning and making sure that we are in charge of our countries. The street names are being called after the racist people who ruled Africa, and they didn't rule Africa by just smiling and being okay with our people. They took the lands, they took everything by force, they killed. Their names still exist. We still worship their names when we call their names with the street. You know, I'm taking Furvoet. Who's Furvoet? What did Furvoet did to our sisters? We're not talking about our ancestors. We're talking about someone who never cared about us, someone who never saw us as a human beings. We have presidents that are making promises to former apartheid leaders, and former apartheid tells them that if you do the right things, everything will be fine. Today, we are being misled by the same people who make promises to the racist people. If you look and you follow South African politics, it's a joke. It's actually disrespect to black people. Today, AfriForum leaves South Africa, go to United States, report lies about South Africa, lies, huge accusations such as genocide to America, United States. Leave South Africa to go report lies about that. And when they come here in South Africa, the president of South Africa takes them straight to parliament and gives them minister positions, which comes with responsibilities. And we think we're gonna get democracy, we're gonna be in better positions, we're gonna get better jobs. It's just a lie and a myth. And the people of South Africans are sleeping. Kenya, the Kenyans are not happy with Ruto. They're crying and fighting day by day. Nothing is happening. Obama killed Gaddafi. Nothing happened. In front of everyone. Even some of the leaders were told to leave Libya. African leaders such as Museveni, such as Jacob Zuma, they were told that this is not your business. Leave. They've been told by Americans that this is not African business. They must leave now. Jacob Zuma came and confessed that. I don't think us being soft, us being polite, us being nice to them will change our state. It's actually going to be worse, because the children of the racist are gonna give birth to the children of the racist. If your father is a racist, give birth to you, you're gonna go through the indoctrination that your children will go through the indoctrination that you went through. It's not going to change. For years to come, it will be even worse, because the numbers will increase. Someone said there are 1 million immigrants in South Africa. They come here and they find that the law is weak and supportive of white people. They come and stay here. They'll never go back home. From Italy, all over the world, they just came here and stayed here forever. But the government of South Africa fighting the black people to get out of South Africa. The likes of the Zimbabwe are foreigners, but the whites that are in South Africa came legally but stayed illegally. They are not being called foreigners. South African people love white people to death. They can even hate you or see you as an enemy when you talk about facts, when you are giving facts. They come after your head. I think they eat something, or they are so scared too much to lose what they have. They don't know what they have is nothing compared to what they will have if these people leave. They must forget about us being Zimbabweans and stuff. No, it's not going to happen in South Africa. But it will happen if the leadership of ANC continue. If ANC continue, nothing will change in South Africa. It will even get worse, because those people don't love themselves. We need fresh thinkers with fresh faces, people who are beautiful, handsome, who can think beautiful and handsome, who can see beautiful nature, beautiful roads, beautiful bridges, beautiful ideas. We don't want people with big trousers, big stomach. There's nothing healthier from there. Captain Traore is the example we need. He is not a person who calls out for LGBTQ like Julius Malema. Captain Traore calls for important things. You never hear him having a flag going to Ghana to strike, unlike Julius Malema. And that's the only thing I disagree with Julius Malema. I actually love Julius Malema, but since he spoke about LGBTQ as if like it's a special thing, it made me realize that he is not a man that South Africa should rely on. Because we need men who have morals, men who knows how to lead manly. You cannot come tell us it's okay for men to be women when you say you are a true leader of men. You are a true leader. That's not correct way. It's actually deceiving. You cannot tell me that I am a woman when I'm a man. You cannot support that statement if you are okay. I don't know what is wrong with us Africans. Somehow, somewhere, we are waiting for something to come. I think it's church, because people pray so much that they become weak. They can't even think for themselves. When you tell someone that we must come together and fight the system very hard, they will tell you Jesus will come. Jesus is not coming. He's gone long time ago. You don't even know him. Even your ancestors don't know who's Jesus. that you are busy, unable to think for yourself. You are always caught up with history that is not going to benefit you. We need to see things just the way they are today. Trump made it sure that the whole world understand that he hates black people. He wants to erase black history in America. He wants Afrikaners, racist Afrikaners to America. Doesn't want all South Africans. He wants only white racist Afrikaners to South America. There are a lot of race in South Africa. We have the Arabs, we have the Chinese, we have all those people in South Africa. But he only wants the racist Afrikaners, people who thinks and looks like him in America. But somehow, somewhere, black people are quite acting as if like everything is working nicely, it's going accordingly. It must end. We cannot continue with this. At some point, it must end. People must think. You must think. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Temper General.